Hello, 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 hello. Welcome once again to the Divine Radiance Podcast. I am your host, Divine Radiance, and I'm so happy that you tuned in to this channel to receive whatever comes forth. Y'all, I have been trying to record this episode for about 15 minutes. My camera is not working right. Every time I turn the camera on, the lighting changes. It gets dark, it gets light. I almost didn't want to record today, right? I was agitated because I'm like, what is happening today, right? And so I was like, I didn't even really feel like recording this week, to be honest. And now this is happening. And so I want to talk about what happens when there's a disruption in your plan. Because my plan was to get on here, record as I do one full take, and then be done with it. But my camera decided that she didn't want to do that today. And she wasn't cooperating. And so I have to do takes after takes after takes. And it kind of ruffled up my feathers. And I know that that is what's happening in a lot of our lives right now. We are dealing with the unexpected. It's not what we planned. It's not what we thought. It's not where we thought we would be right now. It's not how we envision life. It's not what we saw for ourselves. It's not what we thought that life would look like. But I want to ask you this question. How do you deal with disruptions? How do you deal with the things that you have not prepared yourself for when life presents it to you? Do you give up? Do you quit? Do you throw in the towel? Do you go the opposite way, or do you continue to fight? Because life is full of disruptions. That's a fact. There's a disruption everywhere. And that disruption is not meant to throw you off course. It is meant to help develop you, shape you, mold you. Because for me, anytime I'm tested to the point that I feel like I need to give up, it makes me go even harder. Because no one is going to tell me that I can't do something. That's what I mentally tell myself. If I'm trying to do something and it appears that it's not working, I'm going to put forth even more of a harder effort because no one is going to tell me that I can't do this. If I quit, it is going to be on my terms and not because something is making me quit, right? Nothing should make you quit. If life presents disruption, do you just quit because you feel unprepared for? Do you just simply give up? Do you throw in the towel? Or you take a step back, you regroup, you re strategize, and then you pick up the pieces and then try to piece it back together, right? That is what I want us to work on. For me, when my camera started acting up, when the lighting wouldn't position itself the way that it was meant to, I started speaking in light language. Because I had to shift the atmosphere. Like this message is gonna go forth because obviously it's supposed to do some shifting. And because it is so hard to come forth, I know that it's supposed to be doing some shifting. No one is going to stop the messages. And so I had to push past the agitation. I had to push past the frustration. I had to push past the desire to quit. And then I started having all these thoughts. You know what? You can skip a week. You don't have to record an episode. You don't even feel like it. So why do it? What's the point? But I'm here to tell you that whenever you're getting close to something, that's when the enemy tests you the most. And can I challenge you? That's when your lower self tests you the most because your lower self is your self-sabotaging self. It is the aspect of you, the negative aspect of you that does not want you to become your best self. See, your higher self wants the best for you. That's the version of you that's closest to God. That's the God in you. That's your higher self. That's the source in you, your divine, your source, your awakened self, the source in you. That's your higher self. And then your lower self is the version of you that wants you to stay stagnant, wants you to be where you are, doesn't want you to get bigger, wants you to operate in your ego. And so when disruption appears, your lower self is going to convince you to just quit and give up and don't do it, just let it go and blah, 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 blah. But guess what? That part of you wants you to lose. That part of you is not for you. That part of you is not rooting for you to win. And oftentimes we blame the devil, but that's your lower self. Your higher self will always convince you to push past it, push past every adversity, whatever's, coping mechanism that you can tap in to help you in that space. I need you to. I need you to find your go to. When you face adversity, when you face disruption, what do you go to not quit? And I need you to find things that you can do for yourself, because some of us, we are too codependent on other people. If something ain't working out, let me call my girlfriend, let me call my boyfriend, let me call mom, let me call dad, let me call brother, sister, aunt, grandmother, pastor, cousin, other people. Let me call coworkers, my boss. It is time for us to recognize that everything that we need is inside of us. Your help comes from inside of you. You guide yourself. We talked about this, right? That still small voice, that intuition, it is your best GPS. It is the best GPS to guide you out of your storm, out of your disruption, out of everything that you're going through. So when that storm comes, I don't need you to go to someone else to seek guidance on how to navigate. Ask yourself. In that moment, find a way to center yourself. Find a way to ground yourself. For some of you, it might be listening to worship music. For some of you, it might be listening to high frequency music. For some of you, it might be praying. Some of you might be journaling. Some of you might be meditation. Some of you, it might be getting yoga. Some of you, it might be, praying with your crystals. For some of you, burning some incense. Whatever your mode of practice that helps you center yourself. Engage in that. Take a step back, do what you need to do to center yourself, and then come back and you'll have a whole different perspective on how to navigate. The moment I took a step back away from the camera and then I came back after speaking light language, I sat here and I looked dead at the camera and I commanded it through light language not to flicker, not to do whatever it was doing. And I've been recording for, I don't know, for however long this message is at this point, and the camera hasn't done what it was doing. Because I control this. It does not control me. I remember there was a point in my life where I had such a hard time controlling my thoughts. My thoughts will just run rampant in my head. Negative thoughts, positive, whatever it wanted to. It'll just take me somewhere. I was living at the mercy of my thoughts. And I was struggling real bad. Really, really, really bad. Because my thoughts will have me in a funk. And one day I was sitting there journaling. And I heard Source say to me, do you know that you control your thoughts, you control your mind, and it does not control you? I was like, huh. He said, grab a hold of it. Control it. It does not control you. If you don't want to think about it, stop. I was like, oh, stop. If you don't want to think about it, change the channel in your mind. Would you walk into a room and just sit there and watch something on the TV screen that you don't want to watch? No. You'll change the channel. So why are you not doing that with your thoughts? You control your situation, your circumstances. Don't sit here, because a lot of us do this. We act like we don't actively participate in our reality, that life is just happening to us. But no, life is happening for us, and we are co-creators. We co-create our reality. So when something is not working out the way that you want it to, you have the power of life and death in your tongue. You command it to work out in your favor. The same way that I did this camera so that I can record this episode. Because guess what? Disruption is a part of life. That's a fact. But how do you navigate disruption? Do you just give up? Or do you re-strategize? What are you currently dealing with in your life that is a disruption that you have decided to quit? That you have decided to throw in the towel because you want to take a step back, regroup, and come up with a new way to look at your problem? Because your problem is not a problem, because it's a lesson that you need to learn. And then when you learn that lesson, you can shift out of whatever cycle that you are in. Sometimes we don't realize that. We keep facing the same issues. We keep having the same problems because we're not learning. So take a step back, reevaluate, and figure out, why do I keep finding myself in these similar circumstances, in these similar disruptions, in these similar situations, in these similar circumstances? What lessons am I to learn here so that I can no longer be in these situations? Maybe it's because you need to learn how to be resilient. Maybe it's for you to learn how to control your mind. Maybe it's for you to learn how to be stronger in your faith. But your disruptions are here to serve you. It's not here to cause you to quit. It's not here to cause you to give up. It is here for a purpose, because guess what? The divine is intentional. Nothing is wasteful in the kingdom. The divine is intentional. Everything has a purpose. And oftentimes you don't know the purpose of this season until you get to the next season, because it's strategically designed for you to learn tools in this season that you will need for that season. I often tell people, after working in the jail, I'm about that life. I was strategically placed in the jail system, and I worked in the jail system for 4 years, and it built me. It shaped me. I learned how not to care about people's opinion. I learned how to build a tough skin. And guess what? All of those things are necessary for my current environment that I am placed in. Back then, it felt like a disruption because I didn't feel like I was supposed to be in an environment where I was being talked about, where I was being disrespected and all that. And I wanted to quit. But it was character development, because the divine knew that I was being positioned in the future in a space that I needed to have tough skin to survive. So what are you running from that you are positioned in currently to prepare you for where you're going? Because when you run from your disruption, you're running from your future. Because the lessons that you need for your future are in that current disruption. Because it's intentional and it's purposeful. Nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. I need you to hear me. Nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. It is happening for your good. It is happening for your purpose. It is happening for your destiny. So I need you to stop complaining about the disruptions in your life. I need you to stop quitting. We are such a microwave generation that we want to give up so quickly. Stop trying to give up just because it doesn't look the way that you thought it should. So what? Figure it out. Plan A didn't work out. Go to plan B. Go to plan C. Stop quitting. Winners never quit. So I need you to take a step back. Whatever adversity you're facing, whatever disruption you're facing, I need you to take a step back. Regroup. Do what you need to do to get yourself back to where you need to be. And once you get yourself where you need to be, mentally, physically, approach it with a different perspective. Because your disruption, your storm, your adversity is preparing you for your future. So don't quit before you gain the muscles you need for the future. That's it. That's the message for today. I hope that something shifted in you today. I hope that there's a fire that was lit under your belly and that you will from now on shift from seeing life as happening to you and see it as happening for you. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It is free 99. Free 99. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your reflection might be something that someone needs to keep going. As always, may you walk in radiant love, anchored, awakened, and freed. Shalom.